Audiobook titled Once Upon a Time, Zazaki Tales. Written by Olivier Aymar. Narrated by Subhash Chander. Publisher TekTime. Introduction. It is true that most people have never heard of the Zazas, and yet they do indeed exist. The Zazas are the descendants of the Anatolian and Mesopotamian civilizations. Their ancestors were the first Sumerians, then the Hattis, the Hittites, the Luvians, the Hurrians, the Parthians, and the Sasanians. Just after the invasion of the Sassanid Empire in 634 AD, the Zazas country was repeatedly invaded by the Arabs, then the Seljuks, the Mongols, Genghis Khan and Timur, the Persians and the Turks. After 1514, the Zazas were decimated by the Ottoman sultans and the Kurds. From this date forward, the Zazas disappeared from the pages of history, and their history, culture, language and ethnicity were attributed to the Kurds, who fought hand in hand with the Ottoman Turks up until 1940. The tales you will read in this book are part of the oral culture of the Zazas. Table of Contents. 1. Introduction. 2. The King. 3. The Shepherd. 4. The Brother and Sister. 5. Siamed. 6. Two Sisters. 7. The Father and his 3 daughters. 8. The Man and his 2 wives. 9. The King and the Thief. The King. One day a king called his 3 daughters to his side and asked his eldest daughter, "How much do you love me, my child?" His daughter answered, "Father, I love you as much as sugar." The king was reassured. Good, he thought. That means she loves me very much. He turned to his second daughter. "And you, my child, how much do you love me?" "I love you as much as honey." The king was thrilled. Excellent, he thought. She too loves me very much. When the youngest daughter's turn came, she answered, "Father, I love you as much as I love salt." The king was not expecting such an answer. He felt offended. Thinking he was loved as much as salt, that is to say, not at all, he withdrew to his chamber to reflect upon a solution for this offense. After a while, he decided to send his cursed daughter away from his court. He called 2 of his servants and said to them, "Take my youngest daughter and give her to the laziest man in the kingdom." The next morning, the 2 servants took the young girl and set off in search of the laziest man in the kingdom. Along the way, they saw a man lying under a date palm with his mouth wide open, hoping the dates would fall into it on their own. The 2 servants stopped, thinking they could not possibly find a lazier man than this one. They called out to him, "Hey, you there! Can you hear us?" "Yes, what do you want?" "We bring one of the king's daughters to be your wife." "Very well, send her over here," answered the man, and the 2 servants left the girl with the man and returned to the palace. The laziest man's name was Mehmet. He was so lazy that he hardly ever rose from his mattress. His mother would carry him on his mattress every morning to the shade of a date palm, and every evening she would bring him home. This had been going on for a very long time. His new wife refused to accept her husband's condition. She asked her mother-in-law, "Why do you carry him every morning and every evening like that?" Her mother-in-law answered, "What can I do, daughter? God has given me a lazy son. All I can do is put up with it." The king's daughter thought about it. She told herself that this had to stop and that a solution had to be found. That very evening, she said to her husband, "My dear husband, you know that in order to live, you are going to have to work. Otherwise, we shall soon have nothing left to eat." Her husband answered, "But my dear, I do not know how to work." "That is not a problem. You will learn. You will start by going to buy a rope. Then you will go to the marketplace to work as a porter. You do not need any training for that." Her husband said nothing. The next morning he bought a rope and went to the marketplace. A man hailed him. "You there, porter?" Mehmet ran to him. "Yes, sir." "Carry these sacks of flour to my house while I look for some other porters to carry the rest of the sacks." "Yes, sir," responded Mehmet, and he immediately set to work. While the man was looking for other porters, Mehmet made several trips and carried all the sacks. When the man came back with 2 other porters, he did not see any sacks. He asked Mehmet where they were. "I brought
Sample complete. Ready to continue?